No experts, no insiders, just fans.
Transmission from Marked Up Wrestling Podcast begins in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin broadcast.
And welcome to Tuesday night's SmackDown. It is our first one since Mania. We had a lot of matches that, in my opinion, to some degree, were better than the Mania ones. We're going to talk about all that and more. We even had a debut, not so much like last night with all the returns and all the debuts, but I think that was just what it was. They knew that the crowd was going to get hyped. They knew that they were going to chant nonstop, and so that's what they gave them. Tonight, we got a little more story, but we got some significant things happening, and we're going to talk about them in our key ingredients. Number one is going to be it never happened. Number two, turn the page. Number three, no rematch clause. And number four, hey, fucko, do your job. Let's get it started.
To make a good SmackDown is your three key ingredients.
I forgot to introduce the board.
No, actually.
Speaking of do your job.
And introduce my panel.
No. I liked it.
You like that I didn't give you any love?
No. I like that you started that way.
Oh, okay, just got right into it.
You did it, yeah, you did, like, you talked, and then you just went into it. Like, you didn't even think about us.
That is maybe Medine joining us.
I actually like that for once, that he did that.
All right, well, I'll do it again. I'll ignore you.
No, not always, but sometimes.
I can ignore you a lot. I mean, if that's what you like.
It's Medine. It's maybe Medine.
Anyway, the Millennial Falcon is here.
Hashtag bring Kevin back.
There's a hashtag on the board right now as I introduce them. Teddy Two Stone Heart says hashtag fire Kevin.
What is it with Teddy every week?
Take Kevin away.
Yeah.
Hashtag fire Kevin.
Stephen Perez, disappointed not more call-ups. He's joining us. Berto's here. I saw Stike. I saw AJC. We're going to get right into it.
It's lit as fuck.
Right? There'll be more people joining us, I'm sure. Number one, it never happened. So tonight, we have a fantasy match.
What? Like it didn't happen?
Two nights ago, we had a dream match. Dreams aren't real, and fantasies aren't real, so this shit never happened.
I guess not.
That's your takeaway. Perfect 11's is now here as well. That's your takeaway on the whole AJ, Knock, Daniel Bryan scenario that we got here. Before we get too far into the topic, one of the things that I think is important here is that this was a rush job because one of them's going in the Superstar Shakeup to Raw, and I believe it's going to be Daniel Bryan since he's not the title holder. The match, however, was great.
Of course, it was superb for SmackDown standards,
right? Which
but it's
it was
SmackDown after Mania. So,
Medine, would you say it's more like a Mania level match, and the one on Sunday was SmackDown Live?
I mean, yeah,
quality level. That's what we got. Is a reverse.
I don't want to go back to the other night. The only thing I'll say about the other night is what I said the other night. All the matches were about 5 or 10 minutes too short, and that's why it didn't draw the emotion that it could have.
Well, Kevin, as I segue to you, do you think that Knock interrupted this match because of jealousy? Daniel Bryan was putting on a better match with AJ than he did, so he couldn't let it go to conclusion? Or do you think they told him to come out?
If you want to know what I think, I'm not going to answer that question. I am going to answer it this way, though. I think AJ Cena was better than both of those matches, AJ Knock and AJ Daniel Bryan.
You're right.
I agree with the AJ Knock. I don't agree with the AJ Daniel Bryan.
This was an okay match. It was fine.
No, I'll agree with you on that. I'm not disagreeing with him. You know why?
Why?
Look how long those matches got to go. We just got this thing on SmackDown for like 12 minutes.
No.
Okay, but this one didn't go to
Not
conclusion.
even 12 minutes. Probably
This
was
one
like
didn't
eight,
go.
it was probably
I'll
like 8
agree with you
minutes.
on Sunday, Kevin. I'm not going to give you that pass tonight.
If they gave him a match that was like 25 minutes, 30 minutes long for WWE standards, it would blow the roof off of any place.
They had a post-WrestleMania crowd, and they weren't playing to them at all. Sure, it was a great technical match. They hit their spots. Everything looked good, but there was no emotion.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
Justin's joining us. He said the match between Bryan and AJ was good, just didn't see the whole nut shot and knee strike bonanza. That was a little over the top.
That was the best part.
And Raw's already stacked. There's no way Daniel Bryan goes to Raw, Stike says. It's called a shakeup. There'll be trades so that somebody that's great on the card of Raw will come in place of Daniel Bryan or whomever they trade. It should be fairly even. AJ Bryan was obviously going to end an interference. Nakamura has great heat right now, and turning him heel was a fantastic move. That's from Perfect 11. And Perez says he agrees with Stike. Says Bryan's not going to go to Raw. You think they're going to give you a clean finish to a Bryan AJ match for free? No, Perfect 11. I don't think that, but I did think that it worked. It played. You got this out of the way, and I think the reason you got it out of the way is because one of them's leaving. Now, Stike put this on the board before we went on air, and he simply said that he thinks that at Backlash it's going to be a triple threat between the three of them. There's been too many triple threats.
I know, but you're complaining about this one?
I'm not. I'm complaining about the build. This seems rushed. If
It does.
this was at SummerSlam,
But it's right after Mania.
But if it was at SummerSlam, I'd be fine with it.
But think of the magnitude of just today. You know what's happened today. We'll talk about that rest later, but it's that type of day where something is supposed to happen. Just like last night, you had things happen.
Now, Rob was upset about Cien Almas not showing up, but Kashmir says this is when he should have shown up, not Nakamura. I think this was too big of a moment to include an NXT call-up, even of the caliber of Cien Almas, and I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, I loved Nakamura coming out, and he played it perfectly, especially with the 2 nut shots. And plus, if
Who
they're going
gives
to,
someone a nut shot, Kevin, stands them back up and gives them another one?
how awesome was that? That was perfect.
I've never seen that before.
You do that on the game.
On the game?
When you're playing, yeah, just to make sure the
yeah.
computer's dead.
He keeps referencing the game tonight. All throughout the episode, he's like, oh, the table will always break in the game. You don't have to worry about that. And AJC says Rob is always bitching.
I haven't played in a while.
So who on Raw as a babyface is equal to Daniel Bryan? Stike, I think Seth Rollins is coming over. And maybe that, on the level, you put Seth in a position to be the guy on the show. And in my opinion, you let Daniel Bryan's popularity fucking run Roman out of the building. That's why I like it. That's the only reason I think so. Is it quite on that level? No. I'll agree with you, Kashmir, defending Stike Leather. No, Daniel Bryan, there really isn't an equal over there.
Bro.
What?
The guy and the Yes Man will never be on the same show
You
together.
you think that's the trade?
No.
You think we get Roman and we lose Daniel Bryan?
Or
Is
that's
that what
the-
you're saying?
No.
Well, I'm saying that the guy and the Yes Man will not be on the same show at the same time. Absolutely not.
And plus,
So yeah, I'm
wait.
telling you what. I'm telling you right now.
Now,
Listen.
wait,
Listen
wait.
to what I say.
Okay. Is it important?
Because if the guy comes to the show,
Yeah, you took too long to whatever.
that's
make your
it.
point.
That's all I had to say.
Teddy is gonna help me make my argument here. Okay, The Miz. We have to see Daniel Bryan and The Miz, and The Miz is on Raw. And there is
They can have a Royal Rumble interaction. Next
when we're
year.
talking about rushing them into Shinsuke and AJ with no build, there's no build. All they have to do is announce Miz versus Bryan, and we'll all lose our minds because of what happened when he was on SmackDown, never coming to fruition.
Yeah, but can you have a Shinsuke AJ rematch right at Backlash? I mean,
Why not?
That would
Why not
bury-
your fucking boy Jinder let Randy have
You know-
3 rematches?
You know what it does?
Randy will
It
lose.
cheapens the match at WrestleMania.
It does.
It
But
does.
maybe that's why it was so shitty, because they didn't want to set the bar so
It wasn't
high.
terrible.
It wasn't. It
It's
wasn't.
WrestleMania. If you're not
It
going to
was
set
supposed
high
to
there,
steal the
It was
show.
a physical, technical match.
No, it sucked.
No, I
It
didn't
was-
think it was terrible.
Ooh.
I didn't think it was terrible. I saw the first one,
And-
but it didn't live up to the first one.
Before we move on to number 2, Kashmir points out that they could cross promote since they're doing both brand pay-per-views, and they could have a Miz-Bryan feud without them being on the same roster, theoretically. And also to close it out, AJC, I think you're smoking with Teddy. He says Miz is going to SmackDown and winning Money in the Bank. He just left SmackDown, and he's been a Money in the Bank winner. He needs to do something different. He doesn't need a briefcase to elevate him. If they want to put him in the title picture, they can. And Balor might be the closest face, Perfect 11 says. Knock would have been the closest if they didn't turn him, but I'm so glad they turned him. He wants to point out again. Yes, we're all glad they turned him.
Number 2.
Number 2, Berto late on the board there. AJ Styles flourished when he turned heel. I feel this will do the same for Nakamura. Agreed. Number 2, turn the page. We got a new GM slightly out of nowhere with Paige. The close the door and another one opens. Kevin, you caught on real quick and said, "Oh God, it's Paige."
Yeah.
Why did you say, "Oh God, it's Paige"?
Because I don't. What's interesting about her? Now we have to listen to her stupid accent.
What gave you
all
that
year.
intuition, or did you look it up?
No, she
said this same thing in her exit last night, and Shane said the same thing right before she came back tonight. That's how he got it.
Yeah, and she kind of went face last night and did her whole crying thing. I was just like, please don't do this. And then we got it. There's nothing interesting about her.
Daniel Bryan did the exact same thing.
So why do we have to see it again?
But Daniel Bryan retired in the ring. He had a 4-year run.
Yeah,
Let's give her a chance. I mean,
I like her.
It was a little rough. I like the pick. She was a little rough on the promo tonight, but whatever.
Steven Perez says he wanted Jeff Jarrett. We were talking about that being a possibility, but that was not going to happen.
Sure.
Dixie Carter wasn't going to happen. Hulk Hogan wasn't going to happen.
Ironically, she'll be the one to be like the interim for the moment. She's not going to be sticking around. I think maybe more than.
And I didn't want to say it out loud because I knew it would
few months.
it would jinx me from it possibly happening since it didn't. But if Brock hadn't re-signed, I was hoping maybe Heyman.
Yeah.
To give him a role. I know he has no reason to be there really, and he doesn't want to commit to the schedule. But
yeah, I know. You're having fantasies of back in the day when he had SmackDown.
It was amazing then.
It was amazing.
So before we close out, Board, if you have anything else to say about Paige, the reason there's not more to discuss here, I like it. I'm going to give her an opportunity.
I like the idea of the New Day and Paige being on the same show.
Yeah,
there's going to be some interaction there.
And it feels so good.
Some type of interaction there.
Yeah, Xavier and Paige back on the same show. Gonna make magic in the locker room tonight.
So
neither one's a champion.
Hey, it was National Unicorn yesterday.
Wait, neither one of them is a champion, so I hope they have some like Kleenexes or rags or something instead.
You realize we have to listen to Paige come out now at the beginning of every show and try and hype the crowd?
Not every day. It's
Brian did it. We're not going to have Shane unless he.
Shane did it sometimes.
Yeah,
Brian did it sometimes.
Exactly.
There was plenty of times they weren't even on the fucking show.
Yeah, but Shane apparently quit, so he technically shouldn't be there if we're going to follow the storyline. So that means we get Paige.
The storyline.
Are you just arguing for argument's sake? Because you don't
have
any
like
leg
Paige.
to stand on in
I
your
just don't
arguments.
like Paige.
No, because when Shane and Daniel are there, it's centered around the GM position. The WWE title will be the focus with them out of the picture.
Hey, the only requirement to be SmackDown GM now is to have your neck be fucked. That's from AJC.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they did take
point.
one person there, and maybe she, gets back in 2 years. Who knows? William Regal as GM for Steven Perez.
Come on, who hasn't eaten pussy?
And I think it's a smokescreen because Vince is bringing Del Rio back, is what Daniel Price said.
Oh, that'd be hilarious too.
Was
but
he
not
gonna,
really.
Was he going to hold the camera this time since Brad Maddox is gone? Kashmir does point out, do you guys, as was segued to the next topic, do you guys miss having a heel authority figure on SmackDown?
A little bit.
Like Vicky and Heyman were and Stephanie,
Yeah.
I really miss it.
I mean, Teddy Long was probably when they transitioned to kind of a face GM, and they've never looked back.
I don't. There's something that annoys me. I mean, Brian played it perfectly because he could get the crowd to say yes and hype them up and get them excited for matches. But I don't know. We're gonna have that again now.
Holla. I don't know. Was that a bad impersonation?
That was.
Number 3.
I deserved that bomb.
Number 3, no rematch clause. So if you are on Raw and you lost your title at WrestleMania, you are given a rematch. If you are on SmackDown and you lost your WrestleMania belt or lost your belt at Mania, guess what? You have to fight for a rematch. But in the end, they both won. Randy won his triple threat tonight for the number one contender rematch against Jinder. We'll get there, Kevin. And then the Usos had to earn it against New Day to reface Bludgeon Brothers. And by the way, like, why? Why? Why couldn't you? If you have a rematch and you just hand it to them, they handed it to them on Raw so much that they advanced them to the finals of the tournament to crown the new champs.
On SmackDown, it's the land of opportunity. That's the only reason.
And
if
you
if
have
you're
a
sticking to the-
contractual
Right.
opportunity that they're making you work for.
Right. Listen, if you're promoting that, then you have to continue
No.
to go kayfabe and say, hey, okay, Daniel Bryan's not the guy anymore, but you're still presenting that whole theme.
If Randy Orton had lost his rematch and then he was stuck in a triple threat where he had to earn another one, I'd be okay with it.
That's the shitty part, though, because then Randy wins. I'm not happy with Randy. I mean,
He's
and
your
that's
boy.
great. He is my boy, but I'm not myopic enough
Before
to say,
we go to that one,
listen.
finish on the Usos. We're talking about the tag first.
Oh, we were?
Yes, I was trying to. They're both the same topic.
Yeah,
But before I kick it over to gender nonsense, I wanted to have an intelligent conversation
Oh.
about New Day and Usos,
Usos
part
sh-
13.
At least we're getting Usos Bludgeon Brothers.
But
But the Bludgeon Brothers already kicked.
the Bludgeon
Their
Brother kicks
asses.
5 of their asses.
Yeah. So
All right, well,
Now they're going to fight 2, and the Usos have a chance?
eventually that'll wear off.
Yeah, because AOP's are coming. That's
I thought
why.
they went to the other show.
Bang Bus is joining us on the board. He says he's disappointed Paige is SmackDown Live GM. His company offered her big money, but she turned it down. So it is what it is. Perfect 11 says
not big
gotta
enough.
go.
Not big enough.
He's got to head home. He's did the whole weekend shebang and bang.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, C11. Basically,
So
the why do you have to do this? There was no reason to do Usos and New Day again. You could have left New Day off tonight,
It's a
and
great
you could have just had the Usos cut a promo saying they want their rematch. Is my point, Medine.
No, it's SmackDown after Mania. Give the fans a good match. That's a great opening match.
Yeah.
They're gonna put on a good show. They don't mind wrestling each other. I'm sure they're good friends. Whatever. They earn their money for the night.
Well,
They
before
push the storyline a little further.
before we segue away from the tag, Berto on the board. He says tag teams need a shakeup on both shows. Surprised they're not that no new ones got called up from NXT. What's Sanity still doing down there? We rumored that Sanity would come up. I think they didn't come up because I said last night I believe AOP is coming to SmackDown.
I thought they already came to Raw.
Everybody that showed up last night with the superstar shakeup, it means nothing. We could get Bobby Lashley. We could get No Way Jose. We could get AOP. We could get Ember Moon. We could get everybody that we saw last night.
You're going to get those people. They're not just going to show up on your show and then not be there after the shakeup.
Well, because they're not technically part of the thing, is what I'm saying. They didn't announce that they're the newest members of Raw.
What?
They did
Come
for
on.
No Way Jose. They didn't for the others. So I don't know. And you know, anything they say changes week to fucking week
Come on.
without rhyme or reason.
Not well.
I don't know why you're arguing.
they've got to do something though with the
It's not that bad.
SmackDown tag division. It's bad.
Hey,
That yeah.
I got to go to the judge here before we move to the U.S. and potential gender talk. Can we talk about this and let Kevin talk about this now?
This is Roderick Strong. I approve this message.
All right. Judge says we're good to go. Kevin, triple threat to renew the rivalry of Randy and Jinder that bored us all summer long last year. We're nearing the middle part of spring. Why not bore us again?
Well, one, yeah, because you can't really do anything with Randy because he's not interesting unless you put him against one of the more interesting, if not the most interesting now after Nakamura heel on SmackDown. It's Jinder.
He's there to put your boy over. What are you talking about?
Right. And Randy's going to lose because he always does.
That's what he's supposed to do for you.
Yeah, and so I was a little bit happy that Randy won that. I was like, okay, this is good. They're going to let Jinder run with this.
But they have to
Yeah, they have to.
because
Exactly.
Jinder's put in the work. But who else is going to really do it for him?
Not just that, Jinder is
they're not going to put him in that position.
Jinder's character works much better as a champion. I was saying it while we were watching it. He's kind of the male Alexa Bliss
No,
because he can cut a good promo. He gets a lot of heat.
that's not why he gets.
He might
that's
not be the
why-
best in ring.
That's not why Alexa gets heat, though. It's not the same. No.
You are
Listen, when it was Survivor Series coming, and Brock Lesnar was facing Jinder Mahal at the last minute, what happened? AJ beat Jinder just to make sure that didn't happen. You know why? Because he's not a champion.
Yeah, can I point out
he's not championship material.
Yeah, nobody wanted to see Brock versus
Nobody
Jinder.
wanted to see Brock versus Jinder.
And you can't blame that on Randy. Also, you didn't even fucking pick Jinder to win Mania and finished tied for last.
That Rusev Day?
Yeah, well, I thought they were going to run
Jumped
with
on
Rusev
the bandwagon
until it died. Just like I got kids. That was so. At least I had a good reason. I was team Jinder the whole time.
Stop stealing Rob's shit.
Hey, if you're Irish, does that count as?
I said it before Rob did.
Nah,
he stole it from me.
Whatever, dude.
Listen to the tapes.
What we're yelling about?
Tapes. What are you talking about?
Noises!
Is English a second language to the Irish? It might be the way Teddy put this one out here. Randy don't care after Mania. Fuck Randy. No punctuation of any kind there.
Man, I have no idea what's going on.
Since Jinder beat Orton at Backlash last year, Orton is going to beat Jinder this year at Backlash. Stike says,
listen,
do we care about a reversal of fortune?
This is the problem. This is what we're not talking about. Is Bobby not over enough?
I think, again, I believe that a lot of the things tonight that we saw were subterfuge of the shakeup. I believe that Bobby might be going to Raw. I believe anybody might be going to Raw. I believe they were ending feuds. The only reason you put New Day and Usos together, the only reason you put Triple Threat is to end it. Mania didn't end shit. This is how you end them before they get shaken up.
Only 4 or 5 people are really going to switch.
Right.
That's not that many.
But it ends certain rivalries, is still my point. If Bobby is going away to Raw, then there's no point to highlight him here.
I'm disappointed then that he's only getting 2 runs with the U.S. title. I'm just saying. And is Rusev not still selling shirts like a motherfucker? Like it's fucking Rusev Day every fucking day. Like they got calendars and they sell this shit. But he can't get the push either?
Woken Matt Hardy joining us says, when was the last time the U.S. title was relevant? Well, it's become...
When John Cena did the tournament.
Maybe.
Not a tournament, but the,
Kevin Owens
little challenge.
Gave it a little bit of hype. So did AJ last year. You can't say Cena hasn't held it
Cena
in 2 years.
did it before them.
That was like 2 years ago.
That's when it became relevant.
Anyway.
No.
Number 4. Hey, fucko. Do your job. What the fuck? Mike Chioda is a veteran referee. We have the debut of Iconic, and it's going to go down.
Charlotte gives all the respect
in somewhat
to Asuka.
infamy. Yeah.
Why was she dressed in her
What the fuck are you talking
shit?
about? I'm trying to intro the topic, and you're
Let's
right to
talk
Charlotte?
about it.
No.
She came out first.
All right.
Didn't
Talk
she?
about Charlotte. Yeah, sure.
Came out first in her fucking
she
peacock,
stroked Asuka's cock. That's the important part here. Talk about that.
National Geographic looking fucking...
Let me know when you're done with this, because this is clearly the most important part of the segment.
It is.
It's not Iconic coming out and beating the shit out of her.
Not yet.
And then everything that followed. Let's talk about her stroking Asuka's cock.
It was great.
Okay.
It was awful.
I wish Asuka had come out and hugged
it was terrible.
Hugged again.
It was terrible.
I like when Medina's on the show. Thanks for showing up again.
Yeah, you make Kevin look less
showing
stupid.
Up again. I didn't show up once, and now all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, thanks for showing up again. Hey, how's it going? Oh, I see you every Tuesday.
Hey, I'm not the maybe Millennial Falcon.
What? It's like trying to piggyback off of my nickname with his nickname. What are you doing?
What? You just wasted all this.
No.
I'm going to segue past the nonsense that Medina thought was important to this topic, and I'm going to go right into it. Iconic comes out, cuts a pretty good promo, got some chance, beat the holy hell out of Charlotte, and it went a little long.
It was a little botchy, too.
And it was they didn't sync up certain parts, that's for sure. But it went a little long. Rhodey was out here, and he even said that he thought it went a little long.
Yes, he did.
And we both we kind of all looked at each other.
We saw it coming.
And we're like, Carmella's coming. The only person I think that didn't see it coming is veteran referee Mike Chioda. He sat there, and he kind of ruined the moment.
He did. He took all of the momentum, all of the emotion.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do you want me to? Are we gonna have the match? Like,
it was almost like he was chastising her, like saying, like he was casting some type of moral like, I don't know why you would do that with Carmella's character. She's not that type of person to be goody-goody. Of course she's going to take the opportunity. She's been holding that for 260-something days.
Yeah, IC title's killing it, by the way, is what Bang Bus says. Charlotte is trash. She's only where she's at because of her dad. She's good in the ring, but her promos suck. Glad she lost the belt. An iconic duo better not get buried by Charlotte. Have you noticed the women? That was from Berto. Have you noticed the women who aren't champions in NXT are champions on the main roster? I had to correct his English there. That's from Stike. Stike, please look this up.
Charlotte was a champion, though.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet, Stike would know this probably, I'm willing to bet that Mike Chioda, as long as he's been around, has actually probably been a part of another cash-in. So for him to act the way he did is as dumb as Kevin's opinions.
Just to play devil's advocate here, when Carmella actually won, because he took so long, I thought for sure, Charlotte's going to get up and beat the shit out of Carmella.
She couldn't stand.
She did a very good job the entire night of selling the beat.
I think it made the moment a little bit better and more shocking. Because I still marked out when the three came down. I was like, no way.
And Steven Perez, what was the point of Charlotte winning and ending the streak and then losing to Carmella?
Exactly.
Come on. You just beat Asuka, who's, by the way, completely absent tonight. Asuka wasn't even on tonight. How do you bury a streak and then continue it? Leave her off fucking TV. Are you serious?
That's how fucking they did Undertaker.
Carmella's cash-in could have meant so much more if she didn't try to cash it in last weekend and 2 weeks prior to that when Kashmir said, well, we've known not to sleep on it. We knew it was coming, so I guess they wanted to try and milk it, if you will. Carmella pinning Charlotte with a kick to the face makes Asuka look so bad. Yes, it's her first loss, but the booking there, it just doesn't work. That shit's on credibility is what Daniel Price says. And Stike Leather, thank you for this. Mike Chioda was the referee for both of Edge's cash-ins.
Wow.
So he knows exactly what's going on there. Come on.
He's like, you're not Edge. That's what it was.
Is that what it is?
That's what it was. He was confused.
Okay, I think it took a little bit too long, but I don't know. Maybe
by it.
maybe it added.
No,
maybe it added.
It
what the hell is
because
wrong
I
with you?
actually thought Charlotte was going to get up and not be pinned.
Did you not? Were you not looking at Charlotte? Did you not see the way she was?
When Carmella comes out,
they made her
I'm not
going to
look at Charlotte.
Oh, my God. Hey, guys, J1985QC is on the board, says hello. It got uncomfortable, is what, after a while, I was like,
that's a good,
damn.
yeah.
Stephen Perez says of the beating. That's why I thought that the reason it was dragged out is this is where it had to go. I could be wrong, but it seemed telegraphed. And, of course, the segue before we get off this, Iconic is the only ones, technically Paige, but the only ones who debuted tonight. So the Superstar shakeup leaves lots of stuff. Right?
Yeah. You think Charlotte's going to go back to Raw?
I hope not.
I can't see that. I don't want to see the people that went anywhere last time come back. That's why I'm hoping all these new people or whatever, maybe they blew their load with all the debuts last night before this.
The debuts are staying.
But we didn't get any.
The Iconic duo.
AJC says he's happy Carmella is a former Patriots cheerleader, so she's good in my book. Yeah, you and Kevin can go have fun in the corner.
City of Champions.
Shut up.
Presents.
My team is the champion right now.
You're not even from there.
And glorious.
Go ahead. Make my day.
My team is the reigning, defending, undisputed NFL champions.
Yeah, bandwagon fan, right?
Bandwagon. I've been a fan since before you were born, you stupid millennial. You're killing me tonight. You are just killing me. The awards. Good, bad, glorious, creative fail, LOL award. And I say you're killing me because of all the dumb shit you said even before we went on the air. It's not just this stuff that you're spewing. Good, Medine.
Good would be Naomi. To me, she would be a candidate for most improved over the past year.
Are you serious?
In the ring. Have you not been watching? Wow.
Yeah, she can do a leg drop. That's
she's
great.
got the momentum from winning the women's battle
Remember-
royal
no.
ovary trophy.
Remember how much she used to suck, and now she doesn't. Is what I'm saying.
I remember her trying to do a moveset that she couldn't accomplish, and now she has Randy Ortoned her career into a limited moveset, and it hides how terrible she is.
Damn, son.
What do you got, Kevin? Good.
Debut of the Iconics. I thought they nailed it.
Oh, not only did you nail it, but that was also Teddy on the board's good, and I thought you two don't get along. My good is also Iconic debuting. Billy Kay, Peyton Royce. Tonight, that little battle didn't really showcase anything, but it will. IA Strike Force is joining us. He says Brian and AJ good. Justin says good was Paige. And then IA Strike Force says, have you heard her promos? He's agreeing with you, Kevin, in the accent. Let's see what else.
Thank you.
Good. Finally, Peyton Royce and Billy Kay's fine asses coming up. That's from Berto. And let's see who else. Teddy says Juan is good. Juan says Teddy's good. I don't know what they're doing. Cashmere, Iconic duo. And Brian is finally going to get his Nakamura match. About fucking time, DP says. I don't think so.
Not yet.
Not yet. I think everybody's getting ahead of themselves. We still haven't gotten Sasha Bailey. They're milking the shit out of that one. It took forever to get this
Actually,
Daniel
you know
Bryan,
what?
Cammy, Shane shit going.
You're gonna get that Daniel Bryan Shinsuke next week on SmackDown.
What?
That's what you're gonna get.
I don't understand why you're from Boston and you bitch about losing one year. We have the only teams that's won all major Ford championships in the last 10 years. That's Kevin, or that's AJC is saying to you, Kevin. Stop bitching.
The City of Champions has a winning culture.
What?
Anytime we lose, it's the end of the world.
And speaking while you're speaking, good is GM for Paige Stikelether. We go to bad. Bad is you, Kevin. You lead us off there because bad is always associated with your name.
I have Naomi and Natalia. Decent spots in the match. I'll give you that, Medine. But just a dumb fucking match. They didn't work the crowd at all.
See that? His bad is your good. That's how off you are tonight, Medine.
That's not off.
Yeah.
You're not watching the product.
You're going to give me the Kiera argument? Really?
You're down in your phone building cities.
I'm not on my phone.
Not today.
Bad Naomi for Justin. Bad Carmella cash in. She should have cashed in on Nias for Teddy says. It'll be interesting to see how SmackDown Creative will fit Alma's Sanity and other call-ups with the current roster in 2 hours with like 100 commercials. They'll just always do thumbnail commercials. That's from Woken Matt Hardy. And I don't know if everybody's coming up. I wanted Almas and Sanity, and we didn't get either. Bad Byron Saxon constantly complaining about Carmella cashing in. Stike said, and I agree. Corey at one point just cut him off. Shut up, Byron. Medine, Ninja, please. That's from Justin. I'll give you the sound effect.
Ninja, please.
IA Strike Force. Bad Naomi and Natty's promo backstage. Every part of it was bad. Bad. What the fuck do they do with Asuka now? That's from DP. Medine, did you give me your bad?
No, my bad was Randy winning the triple threat for Backlash.
Yeah, recreating that fucking feud again.
That's terrible.
Can't wait for Jinder to beat him again.
Like it's ridiculous. Who wants to watch that? No one wants to watch that.
Nobody wants to see
No one
that
wants to
again.
watch that. Why do you want to watch that?
Nobody wants to see that.
See, that's the problem. Like
The
you're-
land of-
wait,
you
wait,
said-
no, Adam. Exactly. He's like, oh yeah, Randy's gonna lose, blah blah blah. But you want to see it again? Why?
Because I like Jinder as a champion, and I think he works well
Why
with
the
Randy.
same? No, no. We want to see something else. It's a new year.
Well,
Fuck it,
that's
it's Rusev
fine.
Day. God damn it!
Yeah, I think he should go up against Rusev. I think that would have been a smarter
Right?
pair.
Why
but,
not?
But I don't want to see Rusev get buried so quickly.
No, he shouldn't. He should take that belt off Jinder right away.
Go ahead.
All right. Natty looks like Miss Piggy more every time he sees her, AJC says. If you ever played last year's wrestling game, Dana Brooke on the game, they made her look like Miss Piggy. It was really awful. Stephen Perez says, oh, my God, bro, you're making me laugh with that statement that Bailey and Sasha's taking forever. I guess he was talking about me. I'm always good. Bad for me, referee Mike Chioda being the slowest to cash on to a briefcase, and Stike confirmed he's done it 2 other times. What the F? IA Strike Force Randy and Jinder would be the perfect throwaway match for Saudi Arabia. If Anaconda Vice were on the show, he thinks that Saudi Arabia is where Jinder was from, so I think that's funny. And Teddy wants me to throw in this for you again, Kevin.
It's still real to me, damn it.
When you're whiny over there. Glorious. It's glorious, Medine.
Carmella, but not because she clashed in. Her promo afterwards backstage. It was really.
I'd like to thank me.
Really great championship winning heel promo.
She buried Ellsworth, if you think about it, in that
Great.
promo.
It was
I
good.
won this all on my own, yada, yada, yada. What do you got, Kevin? I'm sure this is terrible.
It's glorious. Nakamura all night from his promo to his second crotch shot.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Glorious. Justin says, Carmella. Glorious seeing my girls. Iconic duos for Stike. Glorious. Sorry, this isn't glorious. AJC just wrote, conspiracy theory for Saudi Arabia. WWE is using the event to assassinate the king. Wow. That's what was the guy's name? Chuck Barris from the Gong Show type of shit. He was secretly working for the CIA that whole time or some crap. Glorious for me was the AJ Daniel Bryan match. I got a pay-per-view level match, even though it didn't conclude, for free. So great. Bad, the land of opportunity, but we still got Randy again. This is what I was going to call you out about. This is from Steven Perez on a late bad. This is what I'm going to call you out about, Kevin. You defended earlier and talked about land of opportunity, land of opportunity. And now we get the same fucking match for a lesser belt. Keep this in mind. It's a lesser belt a year later.
That was
They've both
Medine.
been demoted.
I agree with you.
Oh.
I think
listen to him. Oh, I agree with you.
I think
now.
that they should get their rematch clause automatic. And I thought it was stupid that the guys who won the matches were the ones that should have had the rematch anyway.
Yeah, especially
Look at him
because
kissing up. Do you hear this guy?
he's trying.
Oh, man.
I have
no
I have
idea
3
what's
coins
going
right now.
Teddy says, Paige Glorious is GM. Glorious Nakamura promo was awesome. A heel turn can do him good. It made Styles better. I think it will make Vince trust Nakamura a little. That's from Berto. Steven Perez, you're 5 minutes behind, dude. Press the live button. That's from Teddy. Cashmere Glorious. Carmella, that one piece, going to look even better with the women's championship. Glorious, knowing there was once a time the U.S. championship wasn't hot garbage. That's from Daniel Price. We're going to move on to Creative Fail. It's a perfect segue for me to start this one off. Randy versus Jinder, rivalry renewed for the U.S. title now. Was Great Khali going to come back? Help him maintain his status in a, I don't know, the shitstorm match? Fuck. It's horrible. What's your creative fail?
I had Usos winning, Bludgeon Brothers coming out and pointing at him with their stupid hammers. I'm so tired of that.
It's got to be AOP coming.
I hope. I don't even like them.
It's got to be. Otherwise,
Heel versus heel, though?
Here's the thing, Medine. They beat 5 guys. Now they're going to face a challenge with 2? No way.
AOP doesn't have Ellering anymore.
Yeah, they sent him to the back. That was pretty cool.
Maybe they could go face.
Medine, what's your creative fail?
My creative fail was Mike Chioda.
Mike fucking Chioda. Man.
Mike fucking Chioda.
Seriously, Mike. What are you doing? And I'll give you that on the back end. Let's see. Creative fail. Daniel Price, Randy. Just why, he wrote. Creative fail. Jinder 4.0 for Justin. Of course. Creative fail. No Oscar for Teddy. Hey, you just lost your streak. And then you kissed ass to Charlotte in the middle of the ring. And now you're not even on TV. What the fuck is up with that? Yeah, the Punjabi prison match was the shitstorm match, IA Strike Force wants to say. Juan is disagreeing with the masses. He's saying creative fail is Paige. I think creative fail could be Paige, but I'm willing to give her the opportunity and see where it goes.
Right. It's her first night out, guys. Come on.
Because let's be honest, guys, and I want to point this out. When Vicky Guerrero debuted as the GM, I was like, what the ever-loving fuck is this? And she did a really, really good job.
4 years ago, Paige debuted on the Raw after WrestleMania. And when she beat AJ, breaking AJ's streak, I was like, who the fuck is this chick? Because I didn't watch NXT. And she went on to be pretty good for a little while.
For a little while. Rob had a topic last night, 1 out of 4 ain't bad, because she was good for 1 out of the 4 years she was there.
Yeah.
Creative fail, Mike Chioda is Stike Leather. Says the same thing, man. That's just bad. It really ruined the whole moment.
It took everything out of it.
I mean, were they just stretching for time for TV?
Carmella rescued it with her promo, though.
You think so?
Backstage, yeah. She came strong.
Teddy's asking you a question. You can type it in on the board. I'm not going to read it. Kevin, LOL award. I'm going to start it off. It was frickin' Nakamura backstage. I'm very sorry. Wink, wink. And then he adds, I don't speak English to the end of his interview.
Of course, Teddy.
I
Of course.
had the same thing.
Yeah. What do you got over there, Kevin? What's your? You said the same thing for
Yeah. I think. What did he say? I know speak English.
Yeah.
Like he even played up his accent. I loved it.
The SmackDown division late creative fail for Kashmir. The SmackDown tag division being limited to just 3 teams. Yep. That's what it is. LOL. Nakamura reminding me of City Walk from AJC. Do you remember South Park?
Oh, yeah.
The guy kept trying to say City Walk.
Yeah.
And he says, this is my shitty walk. LOL. Mike Kyoto for Justin. God, he's so bad. Shinsuke speaks no English. LOL for Juan and Stike. Right? It was good for his new little heel persona to be a little. What did I write on the board? Smug. He was acting kind of smug.
You think he keeps this up?
He has to.
Yeah, it worked.
He has to. It's better than what he was doing. And what? Just for shits and giggles, what's the next match for AJ going to be? We've had a dream and a fantasy. What's next?
Imaginary.
Discombobulation.
He's gonna have an Inception match.
Yeah, an Inception match. That's what it is.
Against Shawn Michaels.
Okay, sure. Shinsuke looking like a demented Asian Michael Jackson is what Daniel Price says is LOL for him. So is Nakamura's
Hasn't
new gimmick.
He always looked like that?
AJC's asking this, guys, and we forgot about this. Is Nakamura's new gimmick nut punches?
Oh, that would be great.
Screw the Kinshasa.
So far, yep.
It's a nut shot.
Do you think he starts doing more strong style?
What's the capital of Thailand? Bangkok.
Yeah, strong style depends on their opponent. Because if you put a strong style guy in a ring with a guy who says don't hit me like that, he's going to look weak. But if you put him in there with someone who like Sami Zayn who says just hit me for real. By the way, neither one of them was there tonight. We had no Asuka. Cammy was on last night trying to vie for a contract. I'm wondering what they're going to do. TNA is hiring, by the way.
KO and Sammy are going back to Raw.
They're going back to Raw?
Yeah.
They didn't get their jobs last night when they tried.
Nope. And they didn't just show them even tonight at all.
Sure.
Reviews on iTunes.
And now it's time. We got some Fallout.
We got some news.
This is your job. You got nothing?
I got a job. I got 3 jobs.
You got nothing?
I got 3 jobs.
Really? You got nothing?
What do we
That
got?
should happen.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah,
that should
we don't have anything there. Do,
I
do
mean-
we have this?
Guys. Yeah, we got
Okay.
This day in wrestling history.
It is time for the most played trivia show in MOWP history. It is This Day in Wrestling History. Take it away, Medine.
Good evening. It's your favorite game, everyone. Maybe Medini. I can't even talk.
Ellering is going
It's
to
all
manage
right.
War Machine, AJC says, for Dirt Sheet.
That's all right, though. Because, as always, it's maybe Medine.
Are you trying something that's failing here?
No.
I love it.
Anyway. Who beat who? Kurt Angle or Randy Orton?
Go ahead, Kevin.
Kevin.
Orton. He's what was he, the Legend Killer or something?
Adam.
What was who?
Kurt Angle or Randy Orton?
It's Kurt Angle. It's Kurt Angle for sure.
The board.
The board has, I don't know, not caught up. Teddy says Randy. Justin says Angle. Kashmir says Randy. I don't know if anyone else. We'll probably get Steve Perez's answer in like 5 minutes. This day in wrestling history, nothing happened, Juan says. Speaking of legends killing, Chris Benoit, that's all. That's what HC. He just wants to put that out there. Great. Who was it, Medine?
The winner was Kurt Angle.
That's right. That's right, Kevin. Welcome to my house. No coins for you. You get this.
I've beaten you like 3 weeks in a row.
Cashmere, Teddy. You can't say that because you keep also saying that Medine wasn't here 3 weeks ago. So there was no show last week for this day in wrestling history, and he was absent 3 weeks ago. So again, you have no facts.
What was your contribution in that time while I was gone?
You know what my
Never
contribution is? Not being part of the circle jerk you guys have going.
Never mind.
Is that what you think?
How can it be a circle?
It doesn't matter what you think.
You guys just agree with each other and with the board. At
No,
least
we
I
don't.
have an original
Shut up.
opinion.
You're interrupting my game. How long did it take, Kevin?
In the match,
The match.
Yeah, in the match.
I would hope it would be under 5 minutes, but it probably went 12:38.
Ooh, I was going to go 11:34.
The board.
The board.
Says?
The board, what was the time of the Randy and Kurt match? What are your guesses? Let's see, 4:20 from Teddy. I should have known that. 12:39 from Justin.
That will
4
never get
minutes from
old.
AJC. 16 minutes for Cashmere. Stike's got to go. Baby duty, I'm sure. See you later, Stike. What's the answer, Medine?
The answer is 8 minutes, 14 seconds. Adam, give yourself a coin.
I was closer than Kevin, but
You were
Steven
over.
Perez wins on the board. He
It was
said
closest without
650.
going over.
Otherwise,
That's
Teddy.
you.
Otherwise, Teddy would be there with 420.
Way over. But
Yeah.
not like in the good way. You're not
Hey,
over.
remember earlier
I'm
tonight
over on the
before we
board.
went
No,
on
you're
air?
You are not over on the board.
Medine, do you remember earlier tonight before we went on air, you were like, hey, we should have a quick show?
Bang, bang.
Well, you're making it slow as fuck.
Sorry.
What's next?
Where did this take place?
Ooh.
Milwaukee, Madison, or neither?
What was that again?
Milwaukee, Madison, or neither?
So we were either in Wisconsin or not, potentially.
Neither.
I'm going to say Wisconsin. And Kevin says neither. The board, Milwaukee from AJC. I don't know. Do you get that reference, Mr. Millennial over there? Do you know Milwaukee?
No, you're old as fuck.
It's Alice Cooper from Wayne's World, you jackass. Justin also says Milwaukee. He said neither. What's the answer?
The answer is Green Bay, Wisconsin.
I was
It's
right.
neither.
I was right. I said Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, see? I always found a way. What else you got? Teddy says Milwaukee as well.
You were wrong. You had
I
three
said
choices,
Wisconsin.
and you chose.
I chose Wisconsin.
You went.
Where was
vague.
it? It was in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
That's correct.
It was Milwaukee. What were the choices? Milwaukee,
Madison,
Madison,
or neither.
or neither.
And I
The
answered
answer was Green
Wisconsin.
Bay.
It was Green Bay.
Yeah.
You, sir, were wrong, and I would like
He
that
said
coin.
Wisconsin.
I was more specific than you're neither by saying Wisconsin.
I answered the question.
I win. What do you got over
Adam
there?
gets the coin.
Yeah.
Please, listen to my voice. Take it from the wise old Jew.
What's next, Medine?
Last but not least, when did this SmackDown take place? Was it 2005, 2006, or 2007?
See, if I was smarter about the whole year thing, I could figure it out just based on the fact that it would have been taped on a Tuesday, whether it was live SmackDown or not back then. So I could, figure out the days of the week that it would have to be for the year.
Who won? I'm now who won.
Kevin, what's your guess?
I don't even remember the question anymore.
Really?
06,
When?
06,
When?
06.
What year?
He's saying 06. I'm going to go with 05. Teddy says 05. Steven Perez 07. Cashmere and Juan agree with the millennial. What is it?
Give them a coin. It's 2006.
Yeah.
Teddy says Kurt left WWE
You got
06.
one.
AJ and Justin also guessed 07 on Twitch. Is that it?
That is it, my friend. Thank you
think
for
it was
another
a tie.
edition of This Week in Wrestling History. We will be back next week.
And Kevin and I tied, so what do we get?
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
That's kind of shitty. We didn't get anything for all that.
Kevin extra lost.
Before we go to final thoughts, dumb shit Kevin said tonight. He created his own term to try and call me, Medine, and Rob's generation Zillennials.
No, Zennial, Xennial.
He's over here making up
Zennials
words.
because we're smarter than millennials?
No, it's because you guys are
Like
crybabies.
We're Zen.
You guys are crybabies. You don't want to be Gen X or millennials.
Okay,
so you
but
have to invent this 5-year period.
Say the time period.
It's like 76 to 82.
What kind of ridiculous shit is that?
Okay, so a second ago
Or
you said
81.
5 years. Now
It's
you
like
can't
70
do math.
It might be 76 to 81. I don't know.
This is bullshit.
It depends on what
It depends
blog
on
you
what?
read. What
We are
crybaby
Gen
Zennial blog.
X. We are Gen X. We're not millennials like you. There's a big
You're
difference.
not even really a millennial.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he is.
You thought you were Gen Y.
You're just bringing up. You're
No,
just making
I
up
said
shit.
one website called us Gen Y as the cutoff was 76. I'm 77, baby.
You guys are just a bunch of crybabies.
You are just a young, stupid person. The whole reason
You're still a baby.
Wait, the reason they came up with the Zennials term that he's coming up with is because we're smarter. It's like Zen. We're smarter than millennials. That's where the term probably came from.
No, it's because you guys.
So by that, I say thank you.
It's because you guys suck at video games and you just want to talk about D&D and how cool Stranger Things is now that it's out. Oh, look how cool our sub-generation was.
What?
You're welcome.
See, that's all that needs to be said. Now, it's time for our closing thoughts, kind of final thoughts. Where do we go from here?
That would have been the perfect time to play that other one.
Which one?
The one where he's not making any kind of coherence.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even
late.
close to
Maybe you could
anything
edit.
that could be considered a rational thought.
You could edit that in
What you
afterwards.
just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
That is.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
It's true.
But then you take my 75% chance of winning. If we
This
used
will
to
never
go
get
1-on-1
old.
and then add 66 and 2/3%.
Scott, it's too much math.
You're gonna be taking springers out of your fat asses all night long because you got some fat asses.
All right, Steve Perez, talk to you later. He says he has to go. This was a great show. Thanks for joining us tonight, buddy. Closing thoughts.
I have one.
Well, I'm going to go to Medine first because I'm afraid of what you're going to say, and I want to, you know, like a compliment sandwich. You do something good, then something bad, then something good.
Don't end with something.
You and I are going to be the something good. He's going to be the shit in the middle. So go ahead and start the final thoughts.
Okay, final thought. A lot of changes are coming. Some changes happened. We have until Backlash to see what exactly happens. I guess because it's going to be a combined pay-per-view, how much is this all really going to matter? Are they going to like do some type of combined storyline for a month until they figure out what
Quick
they're going to do?
matches or good matches?
Maybe some quick matches again, just for this 3-week period, like you were saying, because tonight they threw together the Daniel Bryan AJ shit. So I think next week we're gonna get Daniel Bryan and Nakamura. I think we're gonna get another throw together match just like that. Paige
Well,
is gonna be that kind of GM. That's gonna be her thing at first.
If Bryan is leaving, I could see them throwing that in there too fast now.
Especially because he interfered this week. So just why not?
And then cross-branded in Survivor Series, you know.
Later on down the road.
Final thoughts on the board for Anaconda Vice. Naomi put her head in the uterus trophy tonight. That was great. So was SmackDown. Have a good night, Adam Medine, and shit in the middle. Shit in the middle.
Who said that?
What's
That's
your
a good
final
one.
thought?
Shit in the middle.
I have two final thoughts. One, this
Whoa,
was a
buzz his
really,
ass.
Oh,
this
he's
was
got two.
a really bad episode of SmackDown if you think of it. Horrible, especially when you compare it to Raw. Nothing happened. No resolution on anything.
Raw was a big pop test of debuts. Nothing
Nothing
happened on
happened.
it.
We're watching.
I'll take
cash
that
in right now.
Yeah, there was a cash-in championship. We got 2 number 1 contender spots filled. We had a fantasy match, and we had AJ not cutting a great promo. What the fuck was
Nakamura
wrong?
was the only good part of the show. The
Jinder on
fantasy
commentary was shit. You're right about that.
The fantasy match was okay. Just this episode blew. Second, Teddy, give up your hashtag. It's not going to catch on.
Hashtag fire Kevin. Final thoughts. Hashtag.
Eventually, Kevin.
Final thoughts. Hashtag iconic titties are finally on the main roster. That's from Kashmir. Anaconda Vice also likes Paige's GM. Final thoughts. When you want to cut shitty promos in relaxed comfort, come on down to Steiner's Recliners. That's from Daniel Price. My final thought is simple, guys. I am confused as hell. I am excited more so for the shakeup and the possibilities it may have than WrestleMania.
Don't be.
But I'm confused as fuck right now with the contenders. Are these matches for Backlash or are these matches for the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia? Because I think Some of them have been for each. They mentioned tonight that the Bludgeon Brothers are possibly going to defend in Saudi Arabia, but the tag tournament on Raw is for Backlash. Miz said he's cashing in at Backlash. I felt like Jinder and Randy is going to be Saudi, so I'm really just confused.
Would you object to the idea of 2 superstar shakeups in a year?
Yes, because what's going to happen, Medine, is if we're trying to get away from the rivalry of, let's say, Miz and AJ, and you ship Miz to Raw to get new rivals, then 6 months later, AJ comes over and you're right back to square one. If you do too much shakeups, you're not actually shaking anything up. That's why if Sammy and KO go back to Raw, they've already fought everybody on Raw.
What if some of those people leave, like the guy?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Though at the end of the day, this is just used to split up the brands and try and do this. Don't forget, Sammy and others came over in a completely separate from the shakeup, like a month or two later, a trade. They can undo and do whatever the hell they want. We shouldn't take too much stock in it. I like the storyline of the whole draft and the shakeup, so maybe that's, the little mark in me coming out. I'm always hyped for it, and sometimes I'm disappointed for it. And that's just the way it goes. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We had a fun show, shitting on the shit in the middle line of the night, as Teddy says. We'll be back next week. Rawsome is on Monday with Rob, Brian, and myself, the Iron Man, Jew that leads the crew on Tuesday. I got a slew of nicknames. The Millennial Falcon and maybe Medine will be back with me on Tuesday for SmackDown.
Maybe.
And we will be here.
Maybe he'll be back.
Yeah, same Smart time, same Smart channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
SmackDown Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.